This is it. What mates is Omega Dragon? Welcome to the finale, the true finale of Super Mario RPG. You would already know that in the last video we faced off against three bosses, the final three bosses before battling against Keelix for the last time. And those were Bunt, Johnny Jones, and Jinx. Funnily enough, I said all of that in the order of the level, but not in order of what I did. I'd say still that Punchinello is my least favorite boss in the post story. He probably is my least favorite boss overall, because for one, I never remember that he exists, and then for the other thing, it's just my most favorite boss is Johnny Jones. Johnny Jones is probably the boss I never forget because he is honorable in his duels, very fair. But also, that wasn't to be right. I don't know. We have 96 FP, which is insane. And I think I would have been able to get more than that. If anything, I am able to get more than that. 97. Might as well. Because we are about to head to the final location before battling the final boss yet again. Because in this video, I'm going to do something that is unusual. Originally, I would only battle against Keelix and be satisfied with that. But after listening to the music again, I am going to battle against Smithy one more time with the insane weapons in our arsenal before, with the insane weapons in our arsenal before ending the video off. Basically, I'm listening to music, and I won't be doing any, this is a maximum level as well. I keep saying like. I'm trying my best to explain. So all of these are the ultimate weapons that we have in our arsenal. Mario with the Ultra Hammer Hero Shirt, which I have nothing else because the rest just lowers our defense. Like, we would have had this, but our defense would be too low. And then Geno has... Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to say that. It was the hero shirt that I needed. Geno has this. True Form Pin I'm still keeping because of preventing him from becoming a scarecrow. Because he's a toy. And I always thought it was funny. So I'm sticking with this, the Star Cape. Was the Star Cape I don't even have I think the Star Cape was the best thing to use for him. Heal Shell with Wonder Chomp. The Wonder Chomp and the Stella 023 are in the 023, but whatever, are the ultimate weapons that were given after the bosses. Sage Stick was given to Mallow after Balomi spat it out, and then Peach didn't really have much of anything ultimate. So I kept everything as is. It's still funny to me. Mallow has the lowest speed, and I'm also curious if there's another way I can up anything. I can up Mallow's speed and defense, but I want to also have something. Jinx's Emblem of Power, Feather, Signal Ring, Echo Signal Ring, Quartz Charm, Enduring Brooch. Prevent you from going down once per battle. Teamwork Band. And that's it. So I'm keeping what I have then. I don't want poison. Safety Badge. That is really good. Because otherwise I want Mario's attack to be the best. And this is what the defense scarf is like. It won't even help. So Mario has no immunities. Also, I did the wrong thing, moving back to Mario's pad then. The thing I love is that going to Weapon World, you would be able to go to the factory instead of backtracking all the way. And level 30 indeed was the maximum you would be able to get, but I'm not gonna bother doing that grind. I'm just gonna battle against Culex in his true form. Monstro Town. Not getting all of the flags either. Sorry to disappoint, and I think you would get something really good if you did. So here we go. I'm gonna save right here, even though there's an autosave. Also, I've gotta see if I can buy anything else because I actually need more pick-me-ups. I ran out of pick-me-ups. So buy the pick-me-ups. I have how many? Oh, I have all of them. Oh, on hand 6. Okay, so I didn't even need to buy any of those then. Party Cleanse I'm not really thinking of buying because Peach has Group Hug. The overall plan, and it's sort of a pain at times because this form of Culex is going to be even harder than the form of Culex you saw before, is to keep Mallow and Peach at bay because they're the healers, and the ultimate move is to use a rainbow move. So, here we go. It's been sealed. Look, the extra shiny stone is reacting. The seal has been broken. Everyone's here. Here again? Do you think Culex is back? I thought when we defeated him, he said farewell and went off somewhere. He was the one who had a flat plane of a form, correct? Could he have returned?
Ha! So what if he did? We thrust him once. If he needs a re-thrashing, I'll give it to him.
Denizens of the three-dimensional world, our paths cross once more. You have used your great strength to grant the wishes of powerful people. The force of your strength resonated with my own wishes, enabling me to attain greater evil power and return to this plane. You shall see this power firsthand. This is his true form, three-dimensional. I still think this is awesome. And I spoiled myself when I saw this. I was like, oh my word, he looked cool. Heh, feast your eyes. This new form is worthy of your three-dimensional world. I return to this world remade. I am matter and antimatter, past, present, and future. I will consume all time and space. My evil power is in harmony with this three-dimensional world, and now it will crush you. The true power. Whoa. Oh yeah, because Meteor. This is just like the Superstar Saga. Good grief, I completely forgot about that. I freaking love this theme too. So for Peach, I'm going to just use an item, and I'm thinking I'm going to use. I should have bought more Finless Cola every time. Yeah, you know what? I'm resetting because, and I'm gonna cut back to it. But I need to go back to the Tadpole Pond and buy some more Finless Cola. I'm so used to saying Coda every freaking time. But I'll be back. Like every time I say the word Finless is what makes me think of saying Coda. It's weird. So is it you, Frogcoin Emporium? That means no. May I help you? The juice bar. Finless Cola, not Coda. I can only carry 3 Coca-Colas. So I'm gonna buy all that I need here, along with all I need here. Tadpole Cola is useless. I actually didn't notice that the entire party was witnessing this too, seeing his ultimate form. makes you wish that this guy existed in Final Fantasy. Because, yes, he doesn't exist. It sort of sucks, but it's the case. So, same strats. Finless Cola. Not that. Croca Cola. That one's easy. It's just a finless part that somehow is way harder to me. Mallow, I'm going to use Thought Peak on the Wind Crystal like before. And here comes the again. Switch to Peach and use Group Hug. Wow, it missed Mario that time. It missed him again? What the heck? Mallow's going down here. Flame Stone. Good grief. I had insane luck with that. Mario, I'm actually going to attack this time so that Peach will be able to use Comeback. Okay, so now X is locked. Interesting. No. Come back first. Hopefully I'm able to use Dot Peak on everything so that I would be able to then... I also want to try to make sure that Peach gets switched out. Whoa, I forgot about that. It has 4,200 HP, weak against lightning. Personally, I never felt the need to become three-dimensional. Okay. And I've never used Dot Peak on all of these guys. The only boss that I used Dot Peak on was Culex. And what he says is phenomenal. Come on! Oh, thank goodness that missed. I'm unable to use the item, so Peach is gonna stay downed for a while. The Fire Crystal I'm taking out last. Okay, that time it wasn't that. Oh, great! Mamma mia. Switch to Geno. And then I'm going to just attack. No, I'm not. I'm going to use Special. This won't do anything, but I'm going to use Geno Whirl on the wind. 60 damage. Skip. Nailed it. Nailed it. I couldn't block that. I didn't know how to. X is no longer disabled. Ah! I didn't know how to block that either. Switch to Peach. And switch out of Mallow to Bowser. And I'm gonna use almost a comeback. Pick me up on Peach. Oh, freebie! Gosh darn it. There it is! I've never been able to do that. That's insane. Come back. When I will use the rainbow move is soon. Whoops. Switch to a Mallow and you stop. No. Able to do that. I didn't do that very well. There's Zero. Meteor. That's what that does. Oh. Oh crap. I completely forgot about that. I'm unable to switch. So, just that. Culex is weak against nothing, just to tell you that much. I'm gonna use... screw it. I'm gonna use Crusher on water. Well, at least they both resist. Well, probably only one. Okay, good. Attack lock! Oh my goodness, that was close. I'm gonna first switch to Mallow. Well, no, I can't switch to Mallow. I gotta just use... I'm gonna use the Finless Cola. I gotta say it like that, because if I don't, then I'll end up saying Coda. Like a dum-dum. It's a good thing they both resist that. Then, I'm using... Come back on Mario. I said it. I meant pick me up. Whatever. Give me good luck in the future! I haven't seen that move in a while. That was bad. That was completely bad. And I'm using Super Jump. The attack block is no longer blocked. That's a good thing. Sucks that there's no shadows here. Makes it very hard to tell. Oh my word, it missed. That is insane. Switch to Mallow. Switch to Peach. Hopefully Mario will survive these attacks. Okay, I blocked that, thankfully. Good. Then I'm going to use Pick Me Up on Peach. This is going to be the instance where I use Healing Rainbow. Ow. Come back! My goodness, I thought I was going to fail that actually. I thought I timed it too late. Making sure, yes, I'm going to use... Oh, no, I'm not. Gosh darn it. Because Mel and Peach are in perfect health. Instead, I'm going to use Stop Peak on the Water Crystal. I thought I was going to fail that too. Oh, I forgot I was weak against fire.
I continue to hate how dry it is on the surface.
I failed that. Alright. So then, I'm just going to... I think I'm going to just switch Mallow and Peach out. And for Mario, I'm going to use an item. Need mushroom? No! It missed. Thank you very much for that. Switch to Bowser. And use... I'm not gonna use Mecha Koopa Stomp yet. I think I'm gonna use Crusher on Culex now. 90 damage. He has a lot of HP. That's why I didn't try to attack him yet. Switch to Geno and use an item. My thinking is the Frog Leg Cola. Bowser's gonna be gone. There. But at least everyone else will be in full health. Oh my, this is not good at all. Oh my word, I have a chance. Frog Leg Cola, do I do that? The answer is no. I'm gonna just do the Coca-Cola right now. I want everyone to be on full health because of Culex's thing. Meteor. Switch to Mallow. I'm unable to use a special right now. Oh my word, I perfectly blocked it. Never knew that was gonna happen. Using it. When I did this battle off screen, I barely had the time to use any other triple move than Healing Rainbow. So expect that a lot when you see this battle. I'm glad that missed. Ow! I'm surprised that those do very little damage. Do more than 10. Do more than 15. Good. It's very close now. Group hug. And then Thought Peak on the flame. On the flame thing. It's weak against ice, I remembered. 3,374.
Master Helix certainly has grown impressive.
Crap, I thought I had that.
Oh no!
Oh, come on! This is definitely why I couldn't use the bracers, because what Shredder does, if you remember, is it nullifies any stat that you have risen, taking them all the way back down to normal. So, for one thing, I'm using a pick-me-up on Peach, on the Peach. Then I'm switching Peach out. Ow! I actually haven't seen that move at all. I'm gonna switch to Bowser. And finally attack the Wind Crystal, showing what the Wonder Trump does. Because, surprise, surprise, I actually don't know what it does. I've never seen it. Oh, never mind, I have. Nimble Force. Oh, it does that. Oh. Oh, great. Well, switching Geno in. Using Pick Me Up on Mario. I only have one more. If I remember, Nimble means defense up. The red increases attack. So I only have one more. I only have one more thing to do. So I'm gonna use Super Fireball on the water. I'm gonna switch to Mallow. Switch to Peach so that I can use Comeback on Mallow and switch her out again. Because I want to show how much HP Helix has. Thought Peak on Helix. What he had was, I would believe to be like 10,000 HP. No available weaknesses. It's either 10,000 or 9999, which is the maximum. You shall bear witness to the power of post-game content. Yep, there it is. Ah, that's the worst. Yes, darn it. Was hoping that the item lock wasn't gonna be there. Peach, I'm switching out for Bowser. and using an attack on the water crystal. I think it actually had 9,990 HP.
Ooh.
Switch Mallow out for Geno. I can't use an item, so whatever happens, happens. Yeah, sorry, I can't switch. I realized my mistake. Well, I can't use Geno Boost either, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. Gauge up. Oh, I can use items now. Good. I'm gonna use the Fitness. No, I'm not. Frog leg. Frog leg. Here we go. Bowser's going down here. Using comeback for Peach's turn. Whoops. Peach is mainly being used for. I missed the timing, Gersio! It missed. Ah. Mallow. I don't know why I switched to him, actually. HP Rain on Mario. I missed the timing of that. Special Super Fireball. Soon enough it's gonna do something. Switch to a Geno. I'm actually gonna use a Max Mushroom on his turn. No, I'm not. I'm gonna hopefully have him survive. Nailed it. HP Rain. Nailed that. Feared. I actually know what the fear stat does, and what I thought it does is it makes it more likely to miss. Instead, it lowers your defense. I learned that the hard way. But you already saw that a lot. But I just never did. Until now, when I did my edits. I finally figured out what that does. I'm gonna stick to where I am and switch Mallow out for Bowser. Nailed that. Switch Mallow out for Bowser. And I'm going to use Mecha Koopa Stomp at long last. Magic Force increases magic attacks for everyone. Mario can't do anything in terms of attacks, so it's like can't do anything that involves weaknesses, so I'm just gonna do whatever, I guess. Peach, I'm gonna just attack. I'm gonna slap his crystal. 99 damage. Switch to Mallow and use Healing Rainbow again. I am getting used to this. Nailed that. Alright, so Mario can't do anything. So I'm still gonna try this. Peach, I'm gonna switch for Geno and use Geno's Geno Blast. And then Mallow, I'm going to use Snow. I can't. Well, then I'm going to instead use the Royal Syrup and hope for a freebie. Nope. Wow, I actually perfectly timed that. Now, I'm gonna use Tadpola Cola. Surprisingly, everyone can use it. That's because it's on 0. Switch to Peach and use Group Hug. Thankfully it missed Peach. Switch to Bowser. I'm gonna use Crusher on Earth. I failed the blocking timing, but thankfully it didn't matter. I know how to time that. You used Dark Star before. I'm thinking I'm just gonna... I don't remember what the Earth Crystal was weak against. That's the worst thing. Not remembering the weaknesses of them. It wasn't weak against fire. It wasn't weak against jump. It was weak against something, though. I'm not remembering what, though. That's the worst thing. I'm just gonna use Super Jump. It resists it. I don't remember what it's weak against. I am going to switch Peach out for Geno. And for Geno's turn, use a Max Mushroom. Bowser, switch again to Mallow and use Snowy. Attack block. That's fine. For Mario's turn, yes, I am going to use Super Fireball on the Earth Crystal. It's not weak against it, but it's the best I can do. Notify. Geno, use Geno Beam on the Earth. Just trying to take out the Earth Crystal as much as It's weak against lightning, I remember now. Shocker! Earth Crystal's FP is gone. That's actually shocking. I didn't know that his FP ran out. That means the Earth Crystal is no longer able to attack. It's very funny. I didn't know that it ran out of FP. It's the first time you ever get to see that. So, I guess that means I'm just gonna focus all out on the Fire Crystal. It's actually a funny thing. You can focus on anyone you want. So I'm gonna focus on the Helix at this point because Fire Crystal is actually pretty easy to handle. Special Geno Whirl on Helix because I'm curious. Yeah, 98. Just wondered.
Snow, nope, snow.
Earth Crystal's FP is gone. Soon enough, Helix's FP will run out, and that has happened to me before. It's hilarious. So I'm thinking super jump on Keelix. That did an interesting thing. So that means now I'm just going to attack Helix all around because he has the most HP. And on Mallow's turn, use Snowy. Except for I'm actually going to use the Frog Lord. Switch to Peach. This is why I kept Geno up. Special, come back on Mario. It missed. I knew the timing of it too. Earth Crystal's FP is gone. Gotten very easy. Yeah. Peach, I am going to, of course, do that. Very hard to talk during these things as well. Hence why I keep saying the certain things I'm saying. Because I have to focus on it. I can't use Snowy anymore. Great. Well then, I'm going to screw it. I'm gonna say screw it and use a maple syrup. If you give me a freebie here, I'm gonna riot. Good. Mario, just attack Helix. Mallow, I'm using Snowy. It's funny that you don't even have to rotate it that fast. Flamestone. How much more HP does the Fire Crystal freaking have? Or even the Earth Crystal? Switch to Geno. Give Geno nothing. And use HP Rain on Geno! Mainly focusing on using Snowy on Mallow's turn. And then just attacking Helix otherwise. I think it's about time I use because I am doing very well on it. I'm gonna use a triple move here. And that move is going to be with Peach and Bowser. So it's not this. I'm gonna use Crusher on the fire. That failed apparently. I'm gonna use this! Starry Shell Spike. Showing my power. Item lock. Oh, Earth Crystal has that. Oh no. You gotta be kidding me. And you even locked my item, too! That sucks! The only allies I can count on now is... I gotta get rid of the Earth Crystal. Valor Force. I think that means raised attack or something? Even though I thought the Fire Crystals had that. What is Valor? I don't quite remember. Oh, defense. It raises defense. Now I remember. Yes, darn it.
Snowy!
I think this is it for the fire. Nope. surprisingly isn't. Thank goodness the items are no longer locked. I'm gonna use a pick-me-up on Mario. Cannot afford to make a mistake. Switch to Peach. And then use a pick-me-up on Peach. Give me a freebie hit, please! Ah! Come on! Switch to Bowser and have comeback. There we go. So hard to use comeback on Bowser to heal him fully. I've been lucky. Wow, that I am lucky that missed too. Ah. Maple syrup. No, I'm gonna use a royal syrup this time. Come on! I was gonna say karma, and that would have been that would have been way bad, way worse. Where's karma? There's not karma. Vigor Force. That's attack up. So now it's just Culex left. Gonna switch to Mallow and use Thought Peek on him to see how much more HP he has. He has a lot. Good grief. This is gonna be insane. Maybe now I'm questioning whether I should battle against Smithy again or not. Flamestone. Because he's the only one left. Now he's attacking twice. Which is a nut. Super jump on him. I'm pretty much gonna have Geno use Geno Boost on Mario. Every time. Geno, attack him for now. And then Mallow, I'm gonna use HP Rain on Geno. So now it's just all on the healing efforts. My goodness, I didn't think that was gonna work like that. Super jump. I'm not gonna do that yet. Attack you. That didn't go well. Yeah, Final Claw. I completely forgot about that. Insta-kill if you don't block it perfectly. I've been able to perfectly block that. But if you don't perfectly block it, it insta-kills you. I completely forgot about that. If you get rid of all of the crystals, he can either use Meteor or that, which is insane. Skip for now. Switch to Peach and use Comeback, making the Final Claw worthless. I always love that. Like, I would end up saying, your Final Claw is useless. It's even more worthless against Bowser. Because of his resistance to one-hit KO moves. Gosh darn it. Geno Boost. Peach, I'm switching for Mallow. I'm gonna use my own star. Wow, I didn't think I was gonna get it perfect there. Nailed that. That was all because of Geno Boost. And now they are nullified. I feel like if I don't block that, that's gonna cause insane damage. Hence why I block it. Let Geno be the supporter. He's very useful in his attacks as well. But here, it's sort of worthwhile to just do as much as I can. So Star Rain is good, but I'm gonna switch to Bowser now and use Crusher. Oh, that's way worse. So I think Geno and Mallow are the best for this occasion. Except for I want to have Geno and Bowser out for the triple move. Super jump again. That was bad. What the heck was that? It missed. At times I know how to block that perfectly, at times I don't. Gosh, darn it. Yeah. Geno Flash, because why not? It's probably gonna do very little. Yeah. Bowser. I'm gonna keep you in. It missed Bowser, which is insane. Super jump again. Not bad, I guess. Then for Geno Boost. I didn't recall about his countdown yet. I'm gonna use Frog Leg Cola just in case. Super jump. You do get experience after this battle as well, just to tell you that much. Yeah, I was right to do that. Ugh! I did it! It's sort of like using Shadow Claw in Pokemon. That's how I'm able to know the timing. That's insane though. I can't believe I managed that. How much damage did this do? A lot. 500. It's like over that, but still. That was a really worthwhile move. Just the next thing I would do is Bowser, Mallow, and Mario's triple move. And that's all I would do afterwards. Spare Us All is probably the worst triple move to use against this guy. Switch to Mallow. And I'm gonna use your turn for Royal Syrup. Okay. No freebies! I feel like if I use a maple syrup, I'm gonna get a freebie there. Ah. That time I was too early on my timing. Switch to... no, I'm not. I'm not gonna switch. I'm gonna use Geno Boost on Mario again. I feel like it's at the point where his FP is gonna run out. Maybe, maybe not. Right, I was gonna use HP Rain. It's come to the point where when he's alone, it's pretty easy to figure out what to do. But I still fully heal everyone just in case he uses Meteor. There's the Shredder. Missed. Geno boost again. And I'm switching Mallow out for Bowser. No, I'm not. I'm gonna switch him out for Peach instead and use Psych Bomb. Oh, and that also does nothing. Or very little. $30. Not bad. Again? On the same guy? Good grief. What do you have against wood? He's literally a wooden doll. If you didn't know that, that's shocking. You can literally see the wood. I can see it so well. One more. It's like the best attacker is Mallow. Bowser's not really good at his attacks. The only attack he's good at is this Mecha Koopa Stomp. So screw it, I'm gonna have Mallow until, yeah, pretty much gonna have him out all the time. Really? Come on! I hate when that happens. And then that missed. At times I don't want it to miss because of the gauge, but I'm sort of glad it misses all the same. Not gonna use boost this time. Instead I'm gonna use the maple syrup. It's gonna give me a freebie, I know it. Oh wow. Well, never mind then. Mallow, I'm gonna use Frog Leg Cola. Super jump. Why? I press A on that. Oh man. Nailed that. Still insane how I managed that. I'm gonna use Geno Beam just to see how much damage it does. Decent. I feel like I'm close. Do not do 2 this time. There. That's decent. Alright. Keeping it up. There's the triple. But I'm keeping everyone in for now because I wanted Bowser. Again! There it is! We won! An hour is how long that took me. 244 experience, the most we'll ever get. No level ups. I actually had a level up here, off screen. Everyone was, like, one of the characters was level 27 for my max. Because yes, everyone was level 26 when I battled against him before. Either that or we were level 25. Freaking love the victory theme too. So the only other thing that we have yet to do is to go Huh. I thought it was called. So, the only other thing to do is to go to Booster Pass and see if I missed any Thought Peaks. I think I did, but I don't know for sure. Well, yeah, I did. I missed the one on Johnny Jones, but that one I have to purchase. And then after that, that's everything. Other than treasures in casino. And flags.
Unbelievable. You have defeated me at my strongest, in my three-dimensional splendor. The forces of malevolence have faded. I have lost my depths, diminished once more to the form of a flat plane. I will withdraw to that land to regain my three-dimensional power, and then await your return. It took you 48 turns to defeat me this time. It took me longer off screen. I think how long it took me off screen. I don't know if I actually took a picture of it. I'm gonna double check. I remembered now why I had this clipped. I think that is. That is what I think. So, filter Super Mario RPG. Doesn't look like it. I didn't. Well, how long I think it took me was like 60-something turns. It took me up to the point of Culex losing his FP. And yeah, you can rematch him at any time. He along with the final boss are rematchable. That is quite a long time. Got a crystal shard. I await the destined one's return. And yes, you can actually go in there again. You don't need a stone. I'm gonna save and then see something. If I return because I never did, what happens? So, you denizens of the three-dimensional world come before me once again. I will fight you as often as you wish. Let the mightiest prevail. Oh, it just lets you battle against the three-dimensional form. The thing that sucks about that is, what if you wanted to battle against a flat being? Instead, he just rematches you like that. So the crystal shard is what he gives you. So what does that mean? That's my curiosity. I didn't mean to press that. Not that either. So, it was plus. I want to see what the crystal shard is. I do have it. Is it a key item? It is. The symbol of ultimate strength. Interesting. So that means we've done everything other than one thing. Well, everything except for one. Also, I'm gonna check the journal monster list. It's only Johnny Jones that we haven't. I'm gonna go all the way up. So there's only one
Yeah, 3D as well. Dual Ready Johnny. It's actually interesting for all of these. There is Strong Sniffster, Engine 023 Booster. Man, I didn't even know about these. Strong Geno Clone, that's the only other thing as well. Scratchy Throat Balomi. Has 4600 HP. Mario Clone, and they're called Strong Clones instead. Strong Mario Clone, Strong Mallow Clone. Strong Geno Clone, weak against Unknown. Strong Bowser Clone, weak against Ice. Strong Peach Clone, weak against Fire. Leveled up Punchinello, what an absolute menace. He says he wants to go home famous. Little does he know that he's already well known in his hometown as a goofball who beat Mario beat twice. In my terms, he's forgettable. I didn't even know about the reading either. I'll read all of this as well. Scratchy Throat below me. Also, wait. Smithy Body. Now that Smithy has been defeated, the Star Road is restored, and your wish to finish this game has come true. Congratulations!
Rah! Come at me now, I'll crush you all.
Quotable Smithy. Rah! The wit and wisdom of Smithy. This tank needs no engine to move. It's powered by my will. I meant to say I'll seal you all in this casket, but I ended up sealing myself in. Learn from the tyrant's mistakes. Miracle transformation. I'll cast my maniacal magic on your heart. Magical boy Smithy. Convert head to treasure box mode. Surprise on opening.
Toggle on.
Smithy's one simple secret. And then Balomi has lived in Balomi Temple since long before people started calling the Frog Sage a sage. Back in the days when he had just grown his hind legs. It's funny that I can actually read in on all of this, and I actually had no idea on it. Time's defeated too. It's unclear what this Mario clone is thinking. Why can't he use gestures to convey his thoughts like the real one? Strong Mallow Clone. This monster's belt says Mallow too. So it's doubtful that even the Frog Sage could tell him apart from the real deal. This Bowser clone would likely try to kidnap the Peach clone as usual. I didn't know that, but the Mario clone couldn't care less. Yikes, I didn't even know about that saying. If she was copied this faithfully from the real Peach, then surely her shoes, ring, brooch, which I thought was a brooch, and crown are all identical to the originals as well. Yeah, I already read that. Strong Bomb, Punchinello's most powerful bomb. Doesn't say what his attack is, and it has 999 HP. Times defeated 16. Created after honing his bomb-making skills. Looks like this time he wasn't bluffing about his last resort. Yeah, indeed, and then the freaking blocking is nuts. He sold his favorite game to a boy in the Mushroom Kingdom for 100 coins to raise funds. Do you suppose the boy is playing that game even now? Huh. I wonder who that boy is. And the Thought Peak is like, I feel like I just knocked my prize impossible grade model off the shelf while cleaning it. He'd gone through intensive training by chasing beetles at full speed and dashing up steep hills. Exhausted Torch. Since Torch wear their chef hats low over their eyes, they feel sure that no one would notice if they nodded off during a late night shift. Probably. Having been created for a celebration, has 3900 HP. It naturally thinks it's time The natural thinks each time its candles are lit is a joyous occasion, which makes it more and more excited. And I already said that if its candles were lit, then what it will do is cause an instant KO explosion, I believe. Extra fancy raspberry. I actually didn't know you could target that. What are we celebrating anyway? Whenever Buntik gets excited, this lower layer is a little sad that it doesn't have candles of its own. Mario style Jinx. It was only after the rematch that Jinx realized if he was going to learn anything about teamwork moves, Jagger should have fought as well. Duel Ready Johnny. He actually has a thought peak. After the final great showdown with his strongest opponent ever, Johnny looked out the window and thought, I burned bright, didn't I? Like a blue flame. Mario sure is amazing. I'm a lucky guy to get a rematch with him. I love that. It's so sweet. You beat the toughest fight in the game. Thanks for playing all the way to the very end. The development staff. He does indeed have 9999 HP. Supposed to give you 732 experience points, but I got 244 instead. The crystal with the power of fire. It's unhappy with its master, who wants to use the fire of justice for evil. The crystal with the power of water. It needs a wet place to grant the healing power of water, which gives life. A crystal power with the power of earth. It slept underground for a long time, causing extra bad earthquakes. And a crystal with the power of wind. The sound of wind slicing through the air can be heard all over the world. Then I'm curious about the saying of Dodo, because I actually didn't see that. What is Boyer? Oh, right. Well, no, never mind. Hi, Boo. I want to see this dialogue. They seem to have a lot more guts than regular Boos. Their own screams only scare themselves a little. I want to see what it says about Dodo. Oh, and about these guys, too. Jabbit? What was Jabbit again? Oh. Oh, machine made. I should have looked at that. King Bomb. Trust Wizakoopa to handle a bomb even flashier than the Mezzo Bomb. Crowning achievement of the master bomb maker, Punchinello. Some dud he was. So how the heck were you supposed to battle this thing? Because I don't know how you would have been able to battle against it. Maybe he would have done it as a last-ditch move. Weak against fear, too. With Wizakoopa's magical treasure box, having 9,999 coins is no mere fantasy. Just be careful not to hit it so much that your arm cramps. Interesting that it has that many coins. Bahamut. What does it say about these things? Terrified of what might be in the box? You should be. It's a come on! They're almost invariably watching you. Bahamuts. Though they're very powerful, they don't show up in battle unless summoned, which means they spend most of their lives waiting for their moment to shine. I just want to see what it says about Dodo along with this. XM Red. Though he is the de facto leader of the XM Rangers, he's so careless that he often flubs his poses, intro speeches, and group formations. He's cool and composed, but like all the XM Rangers, something about him is a bit pathetic. He got his beloved sunglasses at a dollar store. I love that. always calm and doesn't sweat the small stuff, the other XM Rangers think he's aloof, but he hasn't bothered to notice. Considers himself the looker of the team. He tires easily, not from being out of shape, but from too much hot yoga. She considers herself the princess of the group. Meeting an actual princess has done nothing to change her mind on this point. Admittedly, its Breaker Beam attack would be cooler if it was called Absolute Breaker of Champions Beam. But we're not getting paid for the word here. That is funny. And it has 999 HP. Why do they always wait to use me? That is funny. I did not know about that. Zar Dragon, because I'm curious. Stone statues were built in its image to soothe its temper, but the likeness was way off, so in the end, they didn't have much of an effect. Helio, which are the small things. It looks like a rock, so you might wonder if it can even be considered a monster. But since you can get a peek at its thoughts, it must be one, right? I'm an ordinary rock, but I'm kind of fired up. The character designer's reasoning for giving it tattered clothing only after it becomes zombified is because it doesn't look like a zombie without it. You should have just called it something different then. Like, instead of Zombone, you should have just called it the Skeleton Dragon or the Skull Dragon. Whatever. Chain Kong. What does that say, actually? I pressed B by accident. Stump it. Wanted to see what it said about Chained Kong. Those who fled from the village of the Gorillas settled at Barrel Volcano. As time passed, they eventually came to be known as Chained Kongs. Drops a Max Mushroom. Drops Pure Water. Energizer. I actually didn't know about all of these. Oh, it says rare drops too. Anyway, there's Dodo. I almost said something different. Birdo, because I'm curious about what it said about her. The way that she shut herself away inside Shelly may mean that she was patiently pining for the one who would come break open her shell. To understand what they're all about, you need to peek at the thoughts of the person inside, not the suspicious Shelly. They may bounce like they haven't a care in the world, but if they're hit with an attack, they'll explode immediately. Talk about excitable. He imprinted on Valentina when he was hatched and thought she was his mother. He was shocked to discover that he was secretly a prince of Nimbus Land. He resents Valentina, who is not his real parent, and took it out on some of her statues, but ultimately, he can't ignore his debt to her for raising him. Interesting. And then Valentina. She knows enough about food to pronounce pizza in the traditional way. Her favorite candy is those Valentine's message hearts, chalky as they are. Anyway. Scrap the idea about me battling against Smithy. I might do that on a bonus, just to discuss things. But right now, I'm just gonna state how I felt about this game overall, because I'm finally done with it. And then I'll let you listen to 5 themes from the Sound Player. And that is that I think that this game was still a nostalgic experience. It was slightly upsetting to know about the Vine thing, where it was simple all along, but not really that simple. The casino wasn't worth it to me. I don't really think it's super worth it, because the only best item you can get from the casino is very hard to come by, Royal Syrup. And those are unbuyable in this game. And that Max Mushrooms are buyable. pretty much other than that, it was fun because of all of the battles that you go through along with perfectly blocking. It's so much better than the original because of it having a post game, blocks, and a triple move. And I thought for sure that this game in the original had a triple move, and I had completely forgotten that it didn't, making Helix all the harder. Pretty much because it's meant to be like a post. There's meant to be a secret final boss. He pretty much is a secret final boss, a post game final boss, indeed. Just that he had a lot of HP. In the Super Nintendo version, he did indeed have 4,800 HP, and back then with the pixelated things, you weren't able to read his thoughts, just his HP. It was way harder back then, where you had to time things a little bit more smoothly because of it being like faster, I guess. While in this game it was a little slower, but it was also very neatly timed. And then I'd say that my most favorite party member was Gino because he is a lot of fun to, and I'm not yet going to. I'm gonna save after the sound player. Actually, I'm not gonna cancel the software. I love Gino because everyone loves Gino. He only appeared in Super Mario RPG as an actual playable character in battle, and then in Superstar Saga he returns as an arcade game attraction. Surprise, surprise, by saying that my 69th LP will be Superstar Saga, and you will be seeing Gino again because of that. I think it's in Superstar Saga. It's either that or Partners in Time. I don't quite remember. And I'm not going to be able to play through Partners in Time or Bowser's Story, or even Paper Jam. I don't have Paper Jam. Like, if anything, I would have loved to play every Mario and Luigi game. I am almost able to have been able to OP every Paper Mario game, just that the only one I wouldn't be able to OP is Sticker Star, because it's a 3DS game. The game I would love to OP is 3D Land, but I can't. Because even though I have the game, for one, my 3DS hasn't worked very well, and I need the R button to work in order for the crouch to be in effect. And then, as well, 3DSs weren't really that good because after like maybe a half a year, their buttons break. While in the best asset, the Switch is probably the better because despite the fact that Joy-Cons drift easily, the funniest thing is the Pro Controller that I've been using, I've used for probably the entirety of the time that the Switch has been out, and it hasn't drifted at all. But there have been a couple of drifting controllers. Otherwise, like the right stick drifting. Surprisingly, this Switch hasn't had that. I'm really hoping, though, that the Switch 2 has that same thing where I won't have any issues with the controllers. And even better, how the non-drifting controllers are like the best system that has no drift at all is the Wii or the Wii U, not the gamepad, but the Wii remotes and nunchucks. So, other than that, reflecting more, would say that everything in this game was fun. I'd say the only thing that wasn't in a very fun part was the platforming. One of them. Some platforming was fun, but there was one that I didn't like at all. The vines. Only because it took me forever to know that there was a platform on top of the yellow vine. Didn't know that because, if anything, they should have just notified you on there being a hidden treasure as well in the center of that, so I would have known there was something. And yes, there would have been a casino in the Super Nintendo version in this game as well. because the only thing that this game doesn't have, other than the fact that when you perfectly do an attack, it hits every enemy along with the triple moves, was a post-game content. Otherwise, it did have a hidden treasure. I'm pretty sure it had an echo signal ring, so I would have been able to 100% the Super Nintendo version of Super Mario RPG as well, but I would have no idea where the hidden treasure is. I would have had to mark where every hidden treasure was, so I would come back to it and checklist every hidden treasure location, because otherwise I've missed one and I have no idea where to find it. It's probably in the casino, if anything. Would have done every minigame. I'm probably, like, if I do a bonus video on this game, it's going to be me playing through 3 minigames and stating which minigame I like the most and like the least. Ow, that hurt. But other than that, as well for the bonus video, battling against Smithy one more time once I decide I'm done. I'm gonna do the Thought Peak thing as well, because there's one I haven't done, and then that will be it. So that's all I have for my thoughts on the game. You already know I'm playing Thousand Year Door, so in the next video that you'll see is me playing through Thousand Year Doors Chapter 5, where my intros are scuffed because I had no idea where my intros were, so I just assumed that I was doing intros. But soon, they will no longer be scuffed. The funniest part being that it's always the Paper Mario games that has the most scuffed intros, but the next RPG game won't, because there's no cutscenes that will require me resetting. So it's going to be easy again to do that kind of thing. So, that's all. See you guys in the next video that I do. Aha, it was right here. Yes. Geno clone. You got a reward for 100% completion of the monster list. Monster trophy. I'm glad that you've checked off every entry in the monster list. I hope you enjoyed the finished list as much as you enjoyed filling it out. That is a key item. If you get every hidden treasure, then I bet it would be called the treasure trophy. And I think there's a special reward as well for getting for playing every minigame, something like that. Not gonna cancel yet. What am I thinking? I shouldn't even cancel it yet because of, you know. And I'm gonna go to Mario's place.